Hi, welcome back to the channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, going to bring you through this Preseason Adventure walkthrough a bit, and then I will tell you where to find the player, the money, as well as the scroll. Alright, so the event has started. I think I'm really happy with the starting of this event. We're getting these item packs. Alright, so without further ado, quickly let's enter into the Preseason Quest, and we unlock that new rewards that is waiting for us. Let's see what we got from there. Alright, so we got some XP, not too bad, and then let's move on. So this is the start, just a very quick walkthrough before I show you where the money is. So that was the first item I discovered from this event, the money, and then followed by the magical scroll, and then finally the player. Alright, I'm really excited about the now and later. Just want to emphasize on this. All the now and later points and players will be claimable when the new season launches, so just bear in mind this. Alright, so this is something I think we gotta bear in mind when we play, and eventually we reclaim those players, and eventually those points in the new season you get them. I think that's fantastic, right? Isn't that too good to be true? Alright, so very quickly, there are 3 volumes, basically 3 volumes of lots of matches there, and there will always be daily quests which you can complete and then claim more rewards itself. So onward to the adventure itself, you can buy the money, using money to buy energy, and of course watch adverts. So there's nothing new. This is always quite common, and my advice is always to spend those money that you have, those coins, to buy the energy so as to progress further. Also bear in mind, this is the last event for the current season. All the money will be zeroized, so you better spend all you have in this last event, because you cannot bring forward your money. Alright, so what you can bring forward, as I mentioned earlier, will be what you gain from this event, i.e. those points and players. Alright, so this is something I think you bear in mind, but I believe the players that you bring forward would be of lower OVR, not the like 110 OVR. I don't think so. So probably a lower OVR. Alright, so this is the interesting bit, whereby so excited about this, because it'll be some time since they have this for events. I really wish they always have this kind of category for the events, and really love such items. It's like playing a hide and seek and seeking out the treasures. So the second one, alright, top left, second one is where I find that 300,000. Alright, so for me it'll be this place. I'm not too sure whether it works for you. Probably different server, as you know. Different server may have different positioning, but this works well for me. I'm going to try the other 2 locations, and of course I didn't succeed to get the player as well as the magical scroll yet. Okay, at the end of this video I'll bring you to the player and of course the magical scroll. So far I've been collecting 1,000. That is not what I wanted, so just bear in mind for the money. I repeat again, top left, second icon itself. Alright, so that loot box there, the second loot box. Alright, so let's move on. Of course, along the way when you play those matches, you can gain points. Eventually you hope to get this 110 striker. I think they're really perfect, and this 106 LB as well. I think it's really good. So bear in mind, whatever you earn from all the matches played, you can actually progress in this path. And then some more, there's this forge strength, which basically you determine the OVR of your forge player as well. So I think probably if you save more, you can forge a stronger one. And also I think just bear in mind, along the path, the progress path itself, you can open more of those loot boxes that I mentioned earlier. So these are the now and later players that we are talking about, that you can actually claim them, and then eventually they would be brought forward to the new season itself. But I guess it should be of lower OVR. Alright, so this is something you gotta bear in mind. And there are multiple daily quests. Do complete them on a daily basis as much as possible, because I think it refreshes on a daily basis. That's why they are called daily quests. So this is something I think you gotta bear in mind. And I don't think that's too tough. I mean, at the start itself, there are already some that I can claim. And there's this pre-season leadership board. Apparently, when you claim more of those points itself, then you can progress further, and then of course you'll be rewarded either by forge points or by coins itself. Alright, so there are 2 leadership boards, just take note of this too. Alright, so back to book 1 itself. There are 3 acts. We got to finish act 1 and then followed by 2 and then 3. Alright, so there are some they call it twists and turns, dips and drops. Alright, so you can see here there's actually a side dungeon which you can actually use your own energy, like I have a 131 energy right now. So those side dungeons give you points. You can climb the leadership board and you claim more things. Alright, so as I mentioned, daily quest happens and you can claim a lot of good rewards, even points or whatnot. So this is something you gotta bear in mind. But unfortunately, you don't find those items that you are looking for, which is to open those loot boxes. So I think loot boxes is along the path, the progress path itself. Later on I will show you, after playing many of the matches, i.e. it will be insufficient if just based on the original amount of event energy they gave you. You got to watch 3 adverts and then you're going to spend like 100 over 1000 to buy additional 10 event energy that allows you to play 2 more of those matches. So I managed to complete the book 1 act 1 itself, and then later on I'll show you the progress path, of which I claim some of those entry to the loot boxes. Alright, so that's where I managed to claim that player and the magical scroll. Okay, so again, I'll be buying a lot of those energy packs in order to play more of the matches here. Okay, now I wouldn't be showing you all the adventure matches itself because I think nothing too difficult. You can definitely do it on your own. I just want to highlight this side dungeon, be it side dungeon 1, 2 or 3. You can actually do 10 times. Alright, so that's why you can see I'm collecting 10 packs of it. So for each of the side dungeon you can do 10 times, so you can gain even more of these points itself for your leadership board. Okay, so just bear in mind, don't do it just once. As and when you got the energy, basically not those that part of the event, is your personal energy itself, you can replay all this side dungeon up to a 10 time. Alright, so that's why I got so many of these rewards. You can see once you complete 10 times there'll be a tick itself, so make sure you play until you see a tick. Alright, so this is something you bear in mind. Like for example, side dungeon 1 I have not completed that, so there's no tick. Alright, so later on I'll play until there's a tick. Alright, so here we are completing it, and with the remaining 5 more packs, I think I will complete basically the act 1, and you can see there's already a green tick there. Alright, so I've claimed this player, not too bad. It comes with 10 rank up, so if you need to transfer, by all means, it will cost you a couple of $1,000,000. If not, I think just keep it at the moment. Then you can go to act 2 itself, but I'm not going through that right now. I'm going through so-called the progress path with you. I want to collect those loot boxes tokens itself, so that I can show you where the player is and where the magical scroll is. Alright, so along the way you'll be collecting multiple rewards, be it skill boost, be it those upgrade rank up materials itself or whatnot. Alright, so just along the way, yes, you'll also be getting forge points, and because of this, you would have fulfilled one of the daily quests as well. That's what I mean. You got lots and lots of items and rewards to be collected in this Preseason Adventure itself. It's really a fantastic event, I must say. Here we got money again, that allows us to buy even more. Alright, so this is one that we're looking for. Alright, so in reward 6 itself, you have this loot dice. So with that loot dice itself, then you can open those loot boxes. Alright, so of course you can progress along the way, and I will not show you that, alright, because I think the main purpose of this video is to show you where to get the player and the scroll itself. So now I mentioned there's a legacy. You can bring forward these players to the next one. So it's not here. We should go to the Dragon's Hall itself, and then we can open the loot boxes. But if you by all means you wish to, you can read your own. Alright, so the info box here about like different players that you can bring forward and whatnot. So I think this part of it you will discover it later on yourself on the event. But now I think let's move on to the opening the loot boxes. Alright, the excitement here, we have 10 of these dice. Okay, so I got my first money pack on the second, on the top line. Let's see what we get from here. Yeah, that's where the magical scroll is. So for me, it's the top extreme right first loot box. Okay, so that's where I get the magical scroll. So if you have forgotten where I got my money, as it's in the top left second loot box, magical scroll top right first box. Okay, so far no luck on the player, so I've been trying at all corners, and then I tried the center, and eventually I realized my mistake. If you have played previous events, sometimes you can tend to get a hint. If you happen to find sometimes, it's not most of the times, 2 of the 3 items in the same row, there is a high chance that the third item will be in the same row as well. So that brings me back, and I ring a bell. That reminds me. So I'm lucky enough that I have 4 more of those loot dices. So I'm going to try out the remaining 4 in the top row itself. So apparently that's where I get the player, and the tip still work. Everything happens in the same row. So I hope you good luck, and do like and subscribe. Goodbye.